Vice President, Content, Netflix India. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the team behind Mission Majnu. Are we all settled? We're missing Monica.
Yeah, where is she? Come. Yeah, we have a seat. With your name on it.
We can't start this one without you, Monica. I know that, firstly, welcome everyone. Good evening.
So I think we actually technically don't know much about such covert missions because the purpose of it is to keep it a secret. None of the teams can really come out and claim they've done that, or we'll never get the exact details. But now, possibly 50 years later, we know connecting the dots, and that's what our writers have done all the homework to make sure that we get the right balance of being authentic and yet add our flavor of commercial cinema onto it to make it a streamlined story. So the character that I play or we play are completely fictitious, but the events that happen when it is are real. That's something that have happened. And we did a lot of readings and workshop. I remember in my house, be it Amar, Garima, Shantanu, we would just sit down and start doing readings of the script and coming up with ideas as to what and how we could do the particular scene. Even this sewing machine right here, this old school one, possibly it's the same one that I've practiced and rehearsed on for that one scene, trying to get the actual authentic way of making clothes in 1970s. And I think the rest was something that we've all tried. Every scene was different. Every scene had a different flavor. So we're really excited for the 20th of Jan now. For people, this is my first time playing a spy, so I'm extremely excited to see what people think.
And sit on a scooter for the first time as well. So.
Yeah, even the scooter, even the 70s scooter with that lovely color. What do you call that color?
Burrata, what is it?
Yeah, but that color is such a unique. There's a name for it, which none of us know. So that 70s scooter and this sewing machine for me.
All right.
First of all, as Sid has already talked about, that he is driving a scooter, which normally in a Hindi film hero will not drive, right? The way you have seen the trailer, you have seen the glimpses of it, that what is the environment, what is that world, what kind of costume they are wearing, what kind of vehicles you see, how the other people, the streets, or the architecture, okay, which has to resonate with the time period, which is this happening between 1974 and 1977. So these are the elements one would go for and try to see that if we can create that feel, okay, which is authentic, where your story blossoms, right?
Sir, it's your birthday month, so first...
Is to release it on 20th of Jan. I hope it all goes by plan now. Well, I think it's exciting every time to present a film, and this time I think it's after many years, and hopefully it's in my birthday month. So hopefully that's my gift to all of my fans, is to entertain them on the 20th of Jan.
I think we are very excited that, like you rightly said, starting with a bang with Mission Majnu. We have a lot of big series and films coming. We have amazing creators and talent coming. I think we are starting with Mission. We've already announced Archies, which will also come later this year. We have Rana Naidu. We have a very powerful series coming actually this, what's the date today? Today is 9th. Yes, on 13th. We have a series called Trial by Fire, which is a very powerful series on the Upar cinema tragedy, which happened in Delhi. We have Guns and Gulabs by Rajan DK, we have Vishal Bhardwaj's Khufia, and a lot of, I could, Hansa Mehta's Scoop, so a lot of amazing sort of films and series that are coming, a lot of non-fiction, some very powerful documentaries. But I think today is about Mission Majnu, and I'm just really happy that this really powerful film is going to open the original film slate for us this year.
I went to a 2-week, 3-week intense training, which was very, very scary to say, because I remember initially I had to start with just blindfolding myself, and I reached to a point where I could make like aloo sabzi without looking, lighting the, lighting the, everything. There was a tennis ball, thrown at me, and I had to close my eyes and catch it, sense it and catch it. And I had to count my steps in and out of the place I was training at and everything. So this went on for almost 2-3 weeks, and I think, and wow, that was quite hard, intense. Yeah. So, but I realized that when one of your senses are, taken away, all your other senses just like highlighted. And I really, I realized this, and I think while shooting also, I had to figure out a way which is comfortable for me to maintain throughout the whole, performing this character. And yeah, I have a technique that I'll tell you later, not right now, but yeah, it was very interesting as an actor.
That's why she has that line, ना कि आप आपके इत्र को हमने सुन लिया, इतने भी खुफिया नहीं है यार. कब से आपके इत्र को, because the smell sense is something which is heightened, and that's what we use in the film as well, very, very subtly, but I think quite interesting.
Yeah.
What drew you to?
Take that last first. What drew me to this character was this is a real life character, and it's very rare that you actually get a chance to play a real life, person who has done so much for the country. So it is a complete no-brainer for me to do this character, number one. And the first part of the question, what was it first? This part? The change is that it's getting more and more real as the character is getting more real. The direction is getting more and more subtle. There were a lot of more nuances in what an actor has to do today. So the typical Bollywood acting that one started off with has now come to having very nuanced performances. That's what the public really loves now. So yeah, that change is pretty much I've seen that. Yeah.
सलमान खान फिल्म में इतनी बढ़िया कंटेंट ड्रिवन स्टोरीज करते हुए देखा है. फॉक्स में भी एंड में भी आपने बहुत अच्छी स्टोरीज चूज की थी. लेकिन यहाँ आप प्रोड्यूसर के तौर पे आए हैं, और ये इतनी आज जब हमने इसका ट्रेलर देखा तो बहुत अच्छी लगी, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि बहुत अच्छी फिल्म है. लेकिन इस तरह की जो फिल्मों की अगर हम बात करें तो मैं 2 फिल्मों का जिक्र करना चाहूँगी. एक राधी, जिसको बहुत ज़्यादा प्यार मिला, लेकिन एक दूसरी भी फिल्म आई थी, वो थी रॉ, जिसमें जॉन थे, फिर भी वो उतनी पसंद नहीं की गई. तो पहली फिल्म अपनी इस सब्जेक्ट पे लेते हुए क्या कहीं आपको कुछ डर था, या फिर आपने जानबूझकर ये फिल्म चूज की?
डर तो बिल्कुल नहीं था, and I think that was validated by all the people on stage right now, because when we took the script to them, whether it was Noni who backed it, and Sid and Rashmika and Monica and Netflix, I think everybody has enjoyed watching the film. They know it's good material. और तो डर तो बिल्कुल नहीं था. आई थिंक एक्साइटमेंट था कि एक अच्छी पिक्चर, एक अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट मिली है और उससे एक अच्छी पिक्चर बने. तो बोथ राजी एंड रॉ बोथ गुड फिल्म्स, लेकिन हमारी कहानी उससे थोड़ी अलग है, और आई थिंक इट विल एंगेज ऑडियंसेस.
Yes, he's been waiting forever.
Can we give him a mic, please?
Sorry, I'm just cutting.
Okay, so yeah. All right, we'll give it to the first 2 dancing hands then. Got it.
Lil Mehndi fans.
Thank you so much. Hi, this is Mayur from Beyond Bollywood. Unfortunately, I came a little late. I missed the trailer. But my question is, I think Siddharth can answer, and also the director.
First, you see the trailer.
Definitely, so you can be reassured about that. I'll watch it the moment this press con is over. Obviously, I asked this question as a fan of the genre, and when it comes to these spy films, and especially in the Indian context, I wonder whether these spy activities were perhaps more prominent in that time when technology wasn't that great. Where spies would perhaps have easy access to enemy territories. But in today, obviously, with such technological advancement, I wonder, I'm just curious to know, whether sending spies, in enemy territory is now a little difficult. Siddharth and the director, can you?
But I've never sent anyone on a mission. Last when I sent someone across the border, well, I can only answer as a creative person.
On your understanding of,
See, whatever we researched in recent times, in the times that in the 70s, is definitely was very difficult to communicate between countries in the 70s. That's why they were the secrecy, or one had to go to a location to make a phone call, or they would send it by code. Obviously, with time, technology has changed. Even how we consume content has changed over the years. There was only cinema then. Today we have Netflix and other platforms to watch. So I'm sure, as far as I'm concerned, just purely as an audience, I'm sure the today's spies have different methods. But we are playing a far more retro or a more original, raw spy, even because of the agencies that were formed. They were new agencies which was formed from India's point of view, and they had just started systems like these to protect the country. So yeah, I can only speak about Mission Majnu, and here we are playing, the true original OG, people who possibly would have gone to other countries to protect their own.
Which would the director Shantanu like to add to?
Okay. See, the thing is that even in that time, it was as difficult, okay? Because people would take that much of protection, and when you are going for big stuff, okay? When you have to find out information which is very critical, it will be well guarded, right? So it's not that at that time there was no, we didn't have today's technology, means it was easy. It was never easy, okay? Today we have technology on both the sides, the spies and the people who are guarding the secrets. So that more or less remains, throughout ages, I suppose. I don't know whether I've answered the question.
Fair enough. Just I wanted to.
मैं बहुत ही पैशनेट एक्टर हूँ. मेरे लिए पर्सनल लाइफ, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ दोनों एक ही है. तो अभी सिर्फ 20 जनवरी को मेरा ये मिशन है. उसके बाद अगर आपसे मुलाकात होगी तो बताएंगे. Only 20th Jan मेरे को सुनाई दे रहा है.
Just the release and kill it this year. Yeah.
Well, I would love to actually. It's a genre that I believe in, and I think it's extremely entertaining to play. Though, again, correcting the tonality of the film, this is not a James Bond character which will live on. He is somebody that would get hurt. He's somebody who would get injured. He's somebody who would be stuck and not have, the technology or always an escape plan. But that being said, separately, I think yes, there have been fictional films in our industry right now, and currently people are making sequels of it. But I doubt if we can make a sequel of this. Dada, he knows. I mean, you guys don't know the ending, but I think let's see once you all see the film, we'll decide if we can make a sequel of this film, yes or no. मुझे पर्सनली ऐसे रियल लाइफ किरदार या जब कोई कुछ एक्टिव या एक्शन थ्रिलर्स कर रहे हैं काफ़ी पसंद है. मेरी उम्मीद वही है कि लोगों ने जो मैंने हाल ही में पिक्चर करी 1 साल पहले शेरशाह, जिसमें एक्शन भी था, रोमांस भी था, वो एक रियल लाइफ हीरो के बारे में थी. तो हम लोग के पास जितना भी एक्शन था वो डॉक्यूमेंटेड था. यहाँ पे एक फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर है पर एक रियल लाइफ दुनिया में है, तो एक अलग सुर का एक्शन है. बट कॉमनैलिटी में वही कहूँगा कि थ्रिलर एस्पेक्ट है, पर बहुत ही अलग किरदार है. तो ये नए अंदाज का एक्शन किया है इसमें. उम्मीद करते हैं आपको पसंद आए.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Actually, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're not taking questions. Ma'am, unfortunately, we're not taking questions anymore. Thank you very much. You all have been a fantastic audience. And can we have everyone together for a photo opportunity?
January.
The Shadi